At this point, we've had a look at all the new cars in iRacing except one. And this is, of course, the almighty new BMW M2, which I have not driven a single lap in. I just had the biggest slide of my life. Oh, Rouge, for God's sakes. This is a new free car in iRacing, so it's been added to the rookie roster as well, and it is free to drive, which is really good if you're getting new to the game and you want to drive something else than the MX-5. On top of that, this one's going to be included in the N24 instead of the MX-5. So I thought we would give it a shot, try out the car, which is exactly what we are about to do in a 20-minute ridiculousness race around Spa. This is gonna go so wrong. Now, these Big 13 races are, of course, full of memes, which is why we've got a GT3 and two supercars right in front of us. Basically, I just thought I would try and give this car a go in a fun way. And I think that's the perfect way of doing it. I have no idea of how much grip we should be expecting. We just jumped the GT3 on the start. That is so dumb. And we have GT3s from behind racing at way higher speeds than us. Oh my god, big crash, and it's over already. Wow. There is no way we didn't even make it one singular corner there. Oh my god, and there is more. Oh no, there's a lot of chaos here. And this car cannot take this corner flat out. Oh my god. Send it. Sending it where it shouldn't be allowed. Oh my god, what is going on? This is crazy. A little supercar battle up ahead. Oh my god, he's just been absolutely shoved off the track. I see the leader of the BMWs right ahead of us, actually, right in front of these two supercars. What is going on, mate? This is chaotic. Now, while this BMW does not have a lot of grip due to it basically being the road version of a BMW with a slight wing on it, it does actually have quite a decent amount of straight line speed. I think this will be really interesting for like the N24. It'll also be really interesting for like the rookies, because I think it's, for me at least, I think it's quite an interesting driving experience. You can sort of feel that the car balances a little bit under the braking and also through the corners right here. If you get a little bit too much speed, you can feel the rear slightly kicking out because of the car losing grip and stuff like that. I think this is actually a pretty like interesting driving experience, and I actually think it'll be fun as a rookie to get into this and then try like start driving some kind of GT stuff instead of like just the MX-5s, right? Absolutely understeered off the track there, so we'll have to slow down a little bit. I was not expecting that much understeer, but this thing, of course, basically has no aerodynamical grip. Oh, it doesn't really have any brakes either. I absolutely overshot that braking zone, and then I just did not have a lot of turning. Looks like we're actually in a pretty close battle here, three-way for the win. Let's see, maybe we could have some fun in this. I mean, I certainly don't have the pace or anything to run away. That's the first lap to this car, but we could have some fun in this. Oh, he slightly oversteered off the apex. We'll sneak through there. Take the lead of this race for now. What is this? I can imagine this being quite a slipstream car, though. It's basically like a brick if it had four wheels. P3 is going for a move on P2. So this could be a potential for us to get a gap out if they're going side by side. Oh my god, this thing, there's no grip. Oh my god, it's someone has gone off in the background. I think this is a really interesting driving experience. Also in like high speed corners, because in corners like Eau Rouge and Blanchimont on this track, you're actually having to sort of fight for the grip. You can't just take it easily flat out like the GT3s or the GTPs. It actually makes those corners into actual corners and not just flat out kinks to the track, basically. Especially like Blanchimont, I'm actually having to like tap the brakes, get the front turn in, and then get back on throttle. It's not just taking it flat out easily like it is in a high downforce car. You're actually having to fight a little bit for the grip, and oh my god, I've absolutely ran it deep there. That is awfully bad. I actually think down here in Eau Rouge is a perfect example, right? Because I'm having to lift off a bit here. Manage the throttle, just about fight to not get the slowdown there. It's really interesting. Just as I'm saying that, 2 guys behind have the same trouble, and they both got slowdown and going up Eau Rouge and Radiot. It's actually pretty fun, I'll give it that much. I had a big slide out of that recent corner. Mate, I don't know how to drive this car. I have no clue. What is that understeer? That is so awful. Here as well. Get it broken in time. If not, it's just over. Like last lap, I can't do a single lap here without some huge mistake that costs me like a lot of time. I think it'll be probably a good car for rookies to learn, but also could be a little bit hard, to be honest. I mean, I'm finding it slightly challenging, but to be fair, I've also only done about 4 or 5 laps in this car, right? So maybe it. Oh no! Ah no! I've done the same thing as everyone else, gotten the slowdown in that corner. That's what I'm saying. It's that inexperience in this car. I have no clue what sort of grip I should be expecting anyway. It's interesting. Like, what in the world is happening there? It is just from 1 second to the next, just understeering like absolutely crazy. It was fine, and then it just ends up going crazy at one point. I don't know if I'm overdoing the rears or something, or the fronts. It feels like a very front-sensitive car. It's like, as soon as you turn the fronts a little bit too much just on the wheel, you just start understeering. It feels very, very sensitive to tire overheating on the fronts and oversteering off the track on the fronts like that. It's almost like as soon as you just slightly overstress the front tires, it just gives up completely. It's like, it doesn't feel like you really can push it that much. It's not very flexible. It's just overstress the tire and the front tire and you're done, basically. But who knows? Maybe it's just me. Now, I think things are gonna get a little bit scary once again. I see GG3 traffic coming up behind us. Alright, we're getting lapped by it just at the end of this 20-minute race. That is crazy how fast we actually ended up getting lapped by that. Yeah, there are more GG3s. Are they gonna send it or are they staying behind? Actually, this guy's staying behind for a little while. I don't know if we are going to be that lucky with everyone. Oh my god, what's in the world? He just spun us off the track. He did not care. He did not care. He just absolutely spun us round, turned us back on straight again. Oh my god, and he's absolutely rammed this guy. And he's just gone into the wall. Oh my god, this is just absolute memes, these week 13 races, isn't it? So, my first impressions of this car is that, well, as good as it is that we have a new rookie car, this one might be a little bit tricky. That could also be a good thing, because maybe it'll teach rookies new stuff. It is hard to trail brake in. You don't want to do too much trail braking because that actually makes it rotate worse. On top of that, the front tires feel like they're easy to ruin. You don't want to turn the wheel too much. It's a very typical iRacing style. You need to be very sensitive with your driving, and it's kind of hard to push and get the most out of it, other than maybe a little bit when you initially start braking. I guess it's fun car. It's not a car that I'll be driving a lot, but it's good for rookies. Well, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. It is a free car, so give it a shot if you want. Well, I'll see you all in another one. Bye!